My name is Mike Parker. I'm a member of the Bridge at Battersea Church. My granddad was my hero. There was no man greater than my granddad. My grandfather passed away in '94 and I just didn't understand why. Father Michaels from St Thomas Apostle was a close friend of the family. I was asking questions and I was looking for some scripture from him to say, well, this is God's plan, and I never got it. I met my ex-wife at a party. We started seeing each other and she fell pregnant. My twins, born on my 80th birthday. Liza passed away at birth and Nathan was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis. And when my son died, I had given up. I remember going to Father Michaels and I was saying to him, why am I forsaken? Why me? All he offered was to pray. That wasn't good enough for me. And I kind of bid him farewell and said to him that chances are he wouldn't see me again. And that was like kind of the last time I bothered to try with the church. And then as the years progressed, when something went wrong, instead of going to the church, I turned to the drink. The alcohol was my worship, it was what I needed. I started taking drugs, then didn't care who I hurt, didn't care who I left behind. I was a very horrible person. And at the time, I didn't have no hope. Behind the scenes, I was fighting mental illness. And when my partner told me she was pregnant with my daughter Siobhan, I couldn't deal with it. I separated from my children's mum and I lived on the streets. I was homeless. My main thing for most of my life is that I felt alone. And then when you are actually on your own, it's even worse. I got put into a hostel, then a flat. Last year, February, I woke up one morning. I felt like I weren't good enough for my children. I just couldn't do it anymore. They were better off without me. But I was ready to I just had no hope. I didn't want to carry on. A friend started bringing my children to church and they would go to Sunday school. They loved every moment of it. They wanted to, every Sunday it was, you've got to hurry up and take us home, Daddy, because we've got to go to church. I think they'd done something at Sunday school where, about hell, and my daughter basically didn't want me to go to hell, so she asked me to come to church, and I begrudgingly did. I was like, well, I don't really want to, but I will, I'll come. As I walked through them doors, there was a weird feeling. There was a happy feeling, there was a good vibe. People coming up to greet me. Jason, the pastor's face lit up because he'd been trying to get me to come for ages. And it just felt different. I just wanted to know more. Within, I think, a month, I was like 3/4 of the way through the Bible. It was like a new addiction, kind of. I want to come back, I want to know more. And one Sunday, the pastor said, in having Jesus in your life, being at the cross with Jesus, you're never alone. And I got really upset and emotional and I was fighting back tears. And then it felt like someone had just come up and put their hands on my back as if to say, you're going to be okay. And I kind of sat down and I was sobbing my heart out. And I knew that was it. I was like, I'm a Christian. This is the life for me. This is what I've been looking for so long. When you become a Christian and you do think everything's going to be perfect, but it's not. I still struggle with bad times, but I don't turn to the wrong things. I'm not in charge of my story. Jesus is in charge of my story. Jesus went to the cross for me to be here. Jesus has my life, he has my goals, he has where he wants me to be, and I'm living that life. I haven't looked back since.